If you manage IT for a small business and people are still emailing you directly, stopping by your office, or texting you IT issues, then you are setting yourself up for failure. My name's Morgan, your IT advocate, and I manage IT for 19 retail locations, all with a team of 2. Implementing a proper IT ticketing system was one of the best decisions I ever made, and it will be for you as well. Let's talk about why it will be the best decision you ever make, even if you're just a team of 1. Let's talk about the problem with informal IT requests and why it simply doesn't scale. First, things get lost. Emails get buried in inboxes, verbal requests get lost, and you have no record of what was completed or when it was completed. I can't tell you how many times I would have someone come into my office with a verbal IT request, and then within 5 minutes I have completely forgotten about it. And I don't think about it again until a week or 2 later when an unhappy person walks into my office wondering why they're still having that same gosh darn IT issue. Second, no visibility or accountability. How can you possibly prove what you've been working on if you have no record of what you've been working on? The answer is you can't, and being able to prove workload is extremely important when it comes time to request additional funds or resources, whether that be a new piece of software, funding for new equipment, or maybe even hiring a new IT team member. Management or your boss or whoever is going to want to see proof that the workload is there to support spending the additional money. And on the flip side, without an IT ticketing system, users have no idea if you've received or even remember their requests. Third, you're wasting time solving the same problem over and over again. Without documentation of how you solved a problem in the past, you are starting from scratch every single time. So you turn what could be a 30-minute fix into a 2-hour fix, because you have to start from the very beginning, and that is just a waste of your time. And finally, you become the bottleneck. If everything comes directly to you, you can't prioritize effectively, and you certainly can't delegate tasks effectively. So now that we've talked about the problems that can arise from not having an IT ticketing system, let's talk about what an IT ticketing system will do for you and how it will actually solve those problems. The way I see it, there are 4 key benefits to the IT ticketing system. And the first one is that it is a single source of truth. Everything is documented in one place. Nothing falls through the cracks, and when something does inevitably go wrong, because it always will, you have an easy way to figure out what the breakdown was. Was a ticket submitted? Was it responded to? When was the last update to that ticket? Now you have answers. Number 2, real prioritization. I've adopted a saying over the last couple of years. Just because it's someone else's emergency doesn't make it yours. If you treat every IT issue as a nuclear event, you're never going to get anything done. And an IT ticketing system will allow you to categorize incoming events as critical, high, medium, or low based on your organization's need and not simply based on the emotion of the moment. This will help you be a strategic and proactive IT department instead of a reactive IT department. Number 3 is delegation and collaboration. This is huge if you have a team. You can assign tickets to other team members and they can pick up right where you left off solving an issue. This means that progress on your work does not stop just because you have to go take a support call, make an off-site visit, or decide to take a vacation for the week. Number 4, built-in documentation. A ticketing system allows you to document every detail of a case, from the time it's submitted to the time it's resolved. And over time, this will build institutional knowledge that you can use to make solving repeat issues so much quicker in the future. And as an added bonus, new members to the team, let's say you hire some new IT guys, they can use the knowledge and tickets inside the ticketing system to help solve problems instead of asking you every single time. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, a ticketing system is overkill for my small team. I only have 5 employees. Well, actually, 5 employees equals 5 different inboxes that a request might get sent to. And if that request only gets sent to one email inbox, and that person is on vacation or otherwise out of the office, then that request goes unanswered. Plus, if each of those 5 employees gets 4 IT requests in a month, That's 20 total IT requests for that month. There's no way that everyone is going to remember all the details of all 20 cases. And here's the real kicker. Only the person who got that request and worked on the case knows the details. Any other employee who gets a similar request is starting from the beginning again. Another common objection is that people won't use the system, they'll just keep emailing me. This is a very valid objection and one I've dealt with personally. Depending on your work environment, you may have to work extremely hard to get people on board, and this may include writing up policies that are agreed to by upper management. You very well may have to show users individually how to access and use the new IT ticket system. And here's the tough part, you're probably going to have to start ignoring emailed requests. I know that may sound pretty harsh because it's in our nature as IT professionals to help people. But unfortunately, people are resistant to change. And it may very well be the case that the only way to get compliance is to give them only one option for receiving support. Your deployment will fail if users know that they can still get a response out of you by emailing you directly, walking into the office, or texting you the issue. Eventually, people will realize that you're serious, and when they go above your head because they didn't receive a response to their email, you'll have policy and procedure signed off by upper management to back you up. Another common objection is that it's just too expensive. But the truth is you don't have to spend a fortune on an IT ticketing system. There are plenty of low-cost options out there like Freshdesk, OS Ticket, Spiceworks, and the one I personally use called Support System. Alrighty, so let's go through some practical steps for implementing your new ticketing system. Now, I am assuming that you've already got the approval of your boss or upper management or whoever, and you are ready to go and start the implementation. Step 1 is to pick your tool. Do a little research and find an option that's reasonably priced with basic features, like priority levels, assignments, search, and email integration. Don't overthink this, you can always migrate later. Step 2 is to set up basic categories. Keep it real simple at first. Hardware, software, network, and password reset. Obviously, this will depend on your environment, but I'm pretty confident that you could quickly come up with your top 4 or 5 most common requests and populate those into your system. Now, a pro tip for you is to add a request callback option. This will satisfy users who prefer to talk over the phone while letting you control when that actually happens. Step 3 will be user education. Craft an email or a Teams message that everyone will be able to see. Include what's happening, when it's happening, but most importantly, why it's happening. I've personally found that when you explain the benefits of what you're doing to the users it will affect, they will be far less resistant. But it's important to do it genuinely. You can't use a bunch of corporate buzzword soup in the email to try and explain how your AI machine learning ticket system will boost synergy. You know, it's stuff like that's going to mean nothing to them. Show your users how to submit IT tickets the right way. Make it as easy as possible for them to do so. Because remember, the fewer steps, the less resistance. Now here's the critical part. You have to be extremely firm about how you handle non-ticket requests. There's a saying, if there's no ticket, there's no problem. And I would suggest taking that very, very seriously. If users know they can circumvent the system and still get what they want from you, then your rollout is almost certainly going to fail. Step 4 is to track and learn. Create policies around how your IT team members should interact with tickets. What information should they add? When should they delegate? Who should they delegate to? Don't worry about getting everything perfect on day 1. Use the system for 30 days, find out what you learn, and then readjust from there. So that's what I've got for you. If you're managing IT for a small or medium-sized business, and you're not using a ticketing system, you're simply shooting yourself in the foot and working way harder than you have to. Start simple, stay consistent, and thank me later. Still unsure? Let me know in the comments below what's holding you back from implementing your own IT ticketing system. If you've already implemented one, or you implement one after watching this video, let us know which one you go with in the comments below as well. That way, this video can be a growing resource for everybody. I'm Morgan, your IT advocate. Be well and God bless.